Hey Scorpios, welcome to your month ahead reading for December 2022. We're going to take a peek at the energies that are surrounding you and messages that Spirit wants you to know for the upcoming month. So, we're going to start off with a little question for you. Entitlement. Do you believe you deserve to be rich? Why or why not? Either way, how does your gut response to that question illuminate your relationship to money? So let's set that there and pull another oracle card to see what other energies are surrounding my Scorpio collective for December 2022. And what we have for you is seek. See beyond the current situation. Okay, so for my Scorpios out there, when it comes to being rich, and this does not necessarily have to relate to money specifically, it could be related to richness in other areas of life, whether it's friendships, relationships, material goods, whatever the situation is. I feel like Spirit is asking you to think about whether or not you deserve to be rich. And if it's yes, then absolutely wonderful. How do you feel about that? If the answer is no, which I think a lot of you may struggle with deep down, why? Why do you feel like that? And it almost seems as though where you are right now in life, again, whether it's financially, whether it's in relationships or other, there's a sense of discontentment. And that sort of sense of lacking, that sense of frustration that I feel coming through may be leading to more discontentment, to more frustration, to more stagnancy. And it's almost as if when you've been in a place for so long, you find it very difficult to see a life outside of where you are. So with the Seek card, it feels as though Spirit is saying where you are right now currently is not it for you. That's not the end all be all to your existence. That you need to sort of look beyond. You need to look at the possibilities that exist beyond the boundaries that you may feel have been created for you right now. So where you feel as though you might have limitations, or that there are things keeping you from achieving more, from being more, from doing more, Spirit is saying, no, that's not the case. It may just be that frustration from being where you are right now, but it does not mean that that's your station for the remainder of your life. So look beyond where you are. Look at the possibilities that exist outside of these walls that have sort of contained you for a while. So let's get into some tarot and see if we can pull some more messages for you. Get a little bit of clarity on what's going on. And we'll start first with your energy going into December. We have the Seven of Earth, or the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Scorpio, when the Seven of Pentacles is upright, it's really about someone who's planted seeds and they're patiently waiting for their harvest. Like they're expecting things to bloom and blossom so they can reap what they've sown. And in this case, I had this flash in my head of just a barren piece of land. Like there's nothing there. Like there's no seeds that are growing. There's nothing that's sprouting up. There's nothing that you're waiting on. There's nothing that you're cultivating. It feels like a very desolate place. And so I feel like that's where your energy is right now, that there is nothing, and that's all it's going to be. It's like there's no amount of watering in the world that's going to get something to grow where there's nothing growing. And we also have the Messenger of Earth, or the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So for you, it doesn't feel like there's anything on the horizon. And I'm going to be honest, Scorpio, it's a very heavy energy that's surrounding this for you right now, where it feels like a sense of not having, not getting, and there's just no way out. it feels like, well, this is where I am. This is where I'm going to be. I'm stuck. There's nothing I can do about it. So it is what it is. Like that's very much the sense that I'm getting from your reading so far. Now, why are these messages, why is this question important for you to know right now? We have the Six of Earth, or the Six of Pentacles in traditional tarot. This is about balance. It's about equal give and take. It's about sort of having that equilibrium in life. And so I feel like there's a lack of balance that's happening with you right now, where everything is sort of skewed towards not having and just being in that place of lack. And we have that clarified by the Five of Fire, or the Five of Wands. And so this is a very defensive card. So I think that the two of these together really, it's almost as if Spirit is saying, I need you to push back against this feeling that you have, that there's nothing here for you. There's a better balance, I think, that you need to have in order to move forward. So even with this entitlement card, it feels as though a lot of you do not think that you are deserving of richness. And I think that for a lot of you, because there are so many earth cards that are coming out, because there are so many pentacles, that this has to do with the tangibles, that this has to do with money and material things. It almost feels as though Spirit is saying this is not an all or nothing proposition for you, that you need to find this balance in order to even just start pulling yourself out of this sort of barren wasteland that has you stuck, that you've been sitting in for a little while now. So how you can make the most out of this month? Wow, okay, that flipped on out. So we have the Eight of Air. This is the Eight of Swords. Now, in traditional tarot, this is really signified by someone who's sort of standing there. They have a blindfold, they're tied up, and they have a ring of swords around them. But they think that they're trapped. They're actually not. There are no knots on the rope that's binding them, and there's a huge gap in the swords that they can walk through very easily. So at any time, they can pull the blindfold off and they can walk right out of their situation. And so what I'm feeling with this card, for you making the most out of this month, is going to require you taking your blindfold off, shaking the ropes off, and walking out of this energy. And we have that reflected with the Seek card. Taking that blindfold off and seeing beyond your current situation, because there's a lot more there that you may not realize. You have a blindfold on, but you can take it off at any time. And Spirit is saying, I need you to push through this energy and transform. We have transformation. And I think that this mostly goes to your mindset, right? You're not as stuck as you think that you are. Even though you may have been there for a while, things may be a little bit bleak. If you start looking at things from a different perspective, and I'm surprised that the Fool card hasn't come out yet for you guys, there are some, I think, incremental changes that you can start making that will help you get out of this space. But I'm not saying that you choose to be there. You know, I don't think anybody willfully chooses to be in a not so great place in their life. But what I am saying is that you do have the ability to get out of it. Now, something that you want to think about exploring this month, and I love this, we have the Seven of Water, or the Seven of Cups. This is about options. We have all of these cups, and each one of them is filled with something different. Some things that might be good for you, some things that might not be so great for you. But you have choices that you can make. So I feel like Spirit is saying that now is a time for you to start exploring your options. What is out there for you? What are some small things that you can do to start getting yourself out of this place? How can you embrace, with the Three of Water or the Three of Cups, how can you embrace a more positive energy where you find things to celebrate in life that can help shift your mindset? Instead of looking at this barren wasteland of nothingness, what is it that you can seek out in your life that brings you joy, that makes you excited, that makes you happy, that makes you feel content and hopeful? And I think that as you start exploring your options, this is going to pop up. This is going to come out naturally for you. There's going to be something where you say, oh, I can do that. I can do that. And you'll actually be looking forward to doing just that. So, sort of lifting the veil off of your eyes. Now, something to be mindful of this month, we have the Nine of Water in reverse. This is the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups is really about happiness, about, being very, very content, being very, very satisfied with your life. And I feel like Spirit is saying that it's going to take some strength for you to get out of this energy of being discontent. When you, again, have gotten accustomed to being in a certain place for so long, it may feel impossible to make these even small changes. But Spirit has told you twice in this reading that you need to push through. So whatever strength that you have, dig deep, go into your pinky toe. Go into your pinky toenail, go into the cuticle and dig up whatever strength you have to start looking at your options, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get out of this discontent energy, which Scorpio, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a very good place to be in for you right now. But it does feel like you have the ability to get out of it. But it's going to require a lot of work on your part. I'm not even going to lie about that, because this energy is so heavy. Wow. Okay. Well, we have a few messages that came out for you, and we're going to take all of them because that's just how this reading is feeling. I feel like you need all the reinforcements that you can get, Scorpio, and the universe is here for it. So the cards that we have out: face your shadow, nurture yourself first, and reassess. So I do feel like there's some self-work that you have to do here, right? And that goes back to your core beliefs about what you deserve and what you don't deserve in life. And so I think just based on the energy going in, you may not necessarily feel like you're truly deserving of being rich in whatever regard. Again, I think it's a lot to do with your finances. And rich has a different definition depending on who you talk to. But I think that you need to reconsider why you feel the way that you do, what has brought you to this place. So going through that assessment process, facing your shadow, facing your thoughts, why it is that you have these core beliefs inside of you, and then taking care of yourself so that you're able to explore these options that you have around you that you may have blinded yourself to. So for you guys, for my Scorpio collective, there's an element of self-care here, and there's also an element of getting out of your own way, because you're not going to be able to take full advantage of the opportunities that are literally right in front of you that you may not be able to see because you've been blinded by being in the same situation for so long. So get ready to put in a little bit of work, Scorpio, but understand that once you do, you're going to start seeing things opening up. You're going to start being able to explore opportunities that are much better for you, that will put you in a much better place than where you are right now. So That's what I got for you guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next one.